The following is a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.
Welcome to Championship Wrestling presented by West Coast Pro Wrestling. I am Bimbo Jimbo Kincaid, and once again, the world is very different right now in light of the coronavirus pandemic. We are still not able to get into our studios here in the Bay Area. That is why I am not beside the timeless one, Levi Shapiro, but we still wanted to bring you, the fans, top-tier wrestling action, and that is what we are going to continue doing tonight. In fact, my very broadcast partner, Levi Shapiro, is in a United Television Championship match against the reigning champion, Dan Joseph. Maybe Levi's going to get some gold around his waist to match the ring around my finger. That remains to be seen. But Anthony Idol and the Wolf Zaddies will also be in action in our main event against Static. Championship Wrestling, presented by West Coast Pro Wrestling, starts right now, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the Midnight Delight, Richie Slade!
Kicking off the action this week with what should be a very competitive singles matchup. This really shows you the scope of the United Wrestling Network, one of the fixtures of our sister promotion, Championship Wrestling from Arizona. Richie Slade in the house, looking for competition on the West Coast.
You can see Ricky Slade's got some of his fingers taped, which is very common for submission grapplers to do to protect their fingers. So I expect to see a good amount of grappling out of Richie Slade today.
And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 215 pounds, he is the Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
Todd Kennelly, Jeff Resnick, Blake Bulletproof Troop here with the call of the action. And Jeff, somebody who's really riding a wave of momentum recently is the Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
That's right. Clearwater made it to the semifinals in the PP3 Cup. Also had a huge win against Ziggy Dice in our PP3 special presentation event. And now here with Richie Slade, big opportunity for Jordan Clearwater to keep up the momentum, Todd.
Absolutely. And victory over Ziggy Dice, even more impressive. Ziggy Dice elsewhere went on to become the television champion in the National Wrestling Alliance. We'll see if the Golden Boy can keep things rolling here, but certainly a tough task in there with Richie Slade. Slade, as of late, has forged a union in Championship Wrestling from Arizona with Alex Salyers, so been more of a tag team over there. Going to test his mettle in singles ranks here in Hollywood. Should be a good one. Bell sounds, set for action. And when you just look at the body language and the size of these two competitors, Blake, your keys to strategy in this one.
I was just going to say, there's a big size differential between these two guys. Richie Slade's got to stay on his feet and stay away from the Golden Boy. If Golden Boy's able to wrap his hands around him, I think he's going to get tossed around.
You know what's funny, though, gentlemen? Apparently Slade didn't get the memo because he ran over Clearwater with that shoulder block. Just goes to show you what velocity can do. Little gamesmanship here early.
Absolutely. It's not always the size of the dog in the fight. Sometimes it's the size of the fight in the dog.
That's right, but you got to wonder, you're going against somebody in Clearwater. Oh, okay. Here we go. Jordan Clearwater now showing the power he's got, TK.
That playtime might be over. Anything you can do, I can do better. Use that size advantage there. Oh, look for the Midas touch right off the bat. He can turn out your lights in an instant.
Almost had it. We have seen him defeat many opponents with that maneuver.
I think the handshakes are going right out the window in this one. Wow, what a strike there by Slade. Caught him napping. And almost caught him napping for the 1-2-3. What a velocity behind that strike there, Blake. Oh, hold on 1 second here, looking for the stage dive. So Midas touch, couldn't hit pay dirt, looking for it again. Oh, he caught him! Oh my goodness!
Caught him!
He's out! He got him,
Wow, what a head kick there.
Here is your winner, the Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
And you talk about momentum, the momentum of Jordan Clearwater. We said he's been on a roll, and he just took Richie Slade down with that Midas touch, DK.
Unbelievable. Well, Blake, you know, you're a knockout artist yourself. These guys don't get paid by the hour.
Absolutely. You get paid by the butt whooping.
Midas touch turned into gold. Another victory for the Golden Boy. More to come here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Okay, Todd, thank you very much. Standing by here. Wait, what?
Shut up! This is your fault.
My fault?
This is all your fault.
How is this my fault? You lost. I had nothing to do with that.
You said, Ziggy Dice, come to Hollywood. Let me make you a star. Well, guess what I did all by myself, Marquez? I am a star! I am Hollywood! And I am sick and tired of your games and entertaining all these people week after week. You guys think I'm the loser? Huh? No. You're the losers. Memphis is the losers. Amarillo are the losers because, listen, you will never, and I mean never, see Ziggy Dice here again!
Again. I don't know what that just was, ladies and gentlemen. Ziggy Dice just says he's not going to return here to Championship Wrestling. What does that mean for the future?
Probably one of the scariest times in my life. For those of you who don't know, I'm Nico Marquez. I am head matchmaker here at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And let me tell you, I have carte blanche. I do as I please. No one here has the responsibilities that I have. And let me tell you, I have in my hand the greatest acquisition that Championship Wrestling from Hollywood has seen. 10 years, the greatest contract I have ever signed. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to call Billy Corgan himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest name in professional wrestling, Ziggy Dice.
Oh, how about it? I mean, there he is, the outlandish one, Ziggy Dice. I mean, we heard the words of Dice. We thought we had seen the last of him in Hollywood.
What's going on here, Todd? I mean, Ziggy Dice said he was never coming back. He was gone for good. He was gone forever, and now he's back just like that. What is happening here?
Well, Blake, you know all about big fight contracts. It seems like Nico Marquez inked a deal.
That's what it looks like to me. I would love to see Ziggy Dice back inside the Championship Wrestling Hollywood ring.
What do you all know about professional wrestling? Let me tell you, this is the hottest name in professional wrestling today. Okay? So, Ziggy, welcome back to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be right back.
We're living in exciting times in the world of professional wrestling. There are tons of opportunities to live your dreams as a professional wrestler, from the worldwide leaders to independent companies like APW. If you feel you have what it takes, the time to make a move is now. The APW Training Academy will help you develop the fundamentals of professional wrestling. The All Pro Wrestling Training Center is now open for enrollment. Contact us today.
Pulaski Kirker sponsors this paid advertisement for legal services and is responsible for legal services.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medicines for several months?
You may be entitled to compensation.
Call 800-234-2169.
The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing the heartburn drug ranitidine may be contaminated with a cancer-causing agent.
If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medicines for several months,
call 800-234-2169.
Health Markets compares your current plan with thousands of options nationwide from national insurance companies. With so many changes to health insurance plans, are you still sure you have the right fit?
That's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. They guarantee you won't find a lower price anywhere for the plans they offer.
Their new Fit Score instantly compares thousands of plans, both on the government exchange and off, to find the one that best fits your insurance needs. In minutes, you can find out if your current plan is the right fit, or if there's another one that can get you extra coverage or help save you money. Best of all, their service is completely free. You may even qualify for free health insurance with no monthly premiums. The Health Markets Fit Score makes it easy to find the right plan for you. For this free service, call right now.
Your insurance marketplace, Health Markets.
Call Health Markets today at 1-800-207-1241. That's 1-800-207-1241.
Clean up your lawn and garden the smart way with a DR Chipper Shredder. Reduce leaves, garden cuttings, sticks, and twigs, even big branches, to a fraction of their original volume. Call now or go online to lock in factory direct savings on the full line of DR Chipper Shredders.
For a free buyer's guide, call 1-800-475-0828. Special pricing and free shipping are now in effect. Online at drchipper.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Nico Marquez here, head matchmaker. And let me tell you, bringing back Ziggy Dice was the greatest decision I have made all year. And the decisions are gonna keep coming. So, Ziggy, are you ready for your first opponent?
I'm ready, baby.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a man who also needs no introduction.
What an unpredictable matchup we have coming our way here. Gentlemen, Jervis and Ziggy Dice, are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, TK, I'm still floored. The return of Ziggy Dice signing the most lucrative contract in the history of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, according to Nico Marquez.
Well said, it's his biggest signing. I don't know the details. I don't know the number of zeros, but I do know that Gentleman Jervis weighs 3,000 butterflies.
Gentleman Jervis had mentioned to me in the past, recently again, that he believed 2020 was the time for him to have gold around his waist, but he's got a heck of an opponent here in Ziggy Dice.
Tough task. And Ziggy Dice, who I guess has some momentum going with that big contract signing, but previous to that, tough loss to Jordan Clearwater. We saw how impressive.
Listen up, Jervis! Listen up real close. Yes, I'm talking to you. Don't get cute. This is Ziggy Dice's time. Listen, it's not rainbows anymore. You see, your good days are over. Welcome to the end.
I'll tell you what, this looks like a more serious, more driven Ziggy Dice than we've ever seen before. Perhaps a more aggressive Ziggy Dice.
It definitely seems that way. I mean, those were some very threatening words towards Gentleman Jervis. Ziggy Dice, looking at this as a brand new opportunity, obviously very focused.
Blake, in the past, Ziggy Dice would come out here talking about being outlandish. He would do a magic trick or two, but I got a feeling that Dice has some more tricks up his sleeve. There you see it, counters the tickle. Not ticklish at all, just a straight right hand.
Absolutely, and that was right to Jervis's jaw, too.
I'll tell you what, the fans here at the Ocean View Pavilion, they don't seem to like Ziggy Dice very much.
Ziggy Dice just not playing into the antics, though, and that throws a hat as well. A lot of people get suckered into the mind games of Gentleman Jervis. It's water off a duck's back so far for Ziggy Dice.
I don't know if Jervis is intending to do this, but he is definitely frustrating Ziggy, and a frustrated opponent is one of the best kinds of opponents to have. Excellent point there.
Blake Bulletproof Troop, great heavyweight MMA fighter, breaking down the mental game of chess. And we're going to get a test of strength here.
Looks that way. What is Gentleman Jervis doing there?
Tried to go for a little too low, too slow, and again for the second straight time, a straight right there by Ziggy Dice, who is no nonsense. Oh, got your nose.
Oh, okay. Ziggy Dice apparently appears to be done with the fun and games. I don't think Gentleman Jervis knew exactly the Ziggy Dice he'd be facing right here.
You're not kidding. He is all business. He's cold as the other side of the pillow thus far is Ziggy Dice.
This is an aggressive Ziggy Dice. He's not pulling any punches.
Jervis trying to play got your nose, and Ziggy Dice almost sent Jervis's head from his body. Big spear there by Jervis. That's garnered him some victories. We'll see if he can turn this around.
Is he looking for one more, TK?
Well, he's got the distance, hasn't measured. Back elbow, some good striking here by Gentleman Jervis.
Absolutely, a handful of unanswered strikes by Jervis.
And momentum is everything. Uh-oh, might be going up top for that bunny hop drop. Getting up in that launch position, gonna come crashing down with all 3,000 butterflies.
Oh!
Nobody home.
Oh, wait. Jervis.
He might have injured his knee there. Shockwaves up through the ligaments and tendons, perhaps, guys.
Absolutely. The way that his knee buckled when he went down, he could be seriously injured right now.
Bit of a timeout here as the official checking on Gentleman Jervis.
Come on, give me a break.
Clips the leg there.
What a cheap shot.
To the back of the knee, too.
Well,
what kind of competitor is Ziggy Dice?
The match is continuing here, guys. The referee checked on him, but usually, Blake, the ref will try and separate both until both are ready to go. Now biting. What do you make of these tactics?
Zicky's here to win. That's all I can say. Zicky's doing whatever it takes to get the W today.
Boy, money can make a monster out of anybody. I got to wonder what that contract was all about.
I don't know, but obviously Nico Marquez maybe has the ear of Ziggy Dice. Ziggy Dice is focused on just punishing Gentleman Jervis. Poor Gentleman Jervis in there.
Ziggy Dice is going to have every body part of Jervis, digging the elbow there into the quadricep. Imagine that pain.
Absolutely. The way he was torquing his knee a second ago, Jervis is going to have some trouble getting up.
This is an entirely different Ziggy Dice here, guys. Completely different. Outlandish is out the window.
I got to be honest, I'm really a fan of the aggression. I hope he keeps it up. I'm liking this Ziggy Dice.
More like merciless Ziggy Dice, and he is just absolutely taking Jervis to task. This is hard to watch, Jeff.
This is a situation, an athlete coming off the top rope, a bad landing, potential injury here. Ziggy Dice taking advantage. He could shorten or end a career in this situation.
What's interesting, he's not even looking for the finish. He's just in there to hurt Jervis right now.
Right now, the ring is one big dissection pan, and getting picked apart is Gentleman Jervis. Courtesy now looking, isolating the knee again. Oh, shockwaves all through that knee.
And Ziggy Dice just mocking him.
This is a total bludgeoning. Now going for the cover. Is that going to do it? And Jervis kicks out, maybe prolonging the inevitable here. Questionable call there.
You gotta wonder, should the referee just stop this thing, TK? Would that be the more responsible decision?
Well, I'm gonna throw that to our broadcast colleague here. It's all about being able to intelligently defend yourself. In your estimation, Blake, can Jervis do that at this point?
It's hard to tell. I haven't seen him get back up on his feet since pretty much he came down.
Well, it's a moot point here as Jervis has to tap.
Here is your winner, Ziggy Dice.
Well, he tapped out. You saw him hook that ankle lock in. He tapped out immediately, Troop. What do you think of that one?
I think that was a very smart move. Sometimes you got to lose a battle to win the war.
Wait, hold on. What's going on here?
There is no call for this. You got the win. Get out of there. This is one of the most beloved figures in the history of this program. He's trying to wipe him out of the history books.
What is Ziggy Dice? What do you got to prove, Ziggy? What do you got to prove?
Last time we saw Ziggy.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh, the hyperextending the knee there, Blake.
He's here to send a message to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. The last time he left here, he wasn't happy with them. And he's taking it out on Jervis.
Hey, that is completely disrespectful.
Trying to behead Gentleman Jervis here.
But somebody's got to stop this, TK. We got to get somebody out here. This is totally uncalled for. Totally uncalled for. Come on.
Cut these cameras. Let's go to break. You shouldn't be showing this anymore.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable.
Call or go online to order your very own Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dreams feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, Mike will send you a second set of Giza Dream Sheets absolutely free. That's 2 sets of sheets for the price of 1. Just in time for colder weather, you can get Mike's new flannel sheets, plus get a second set absolutely free. Order now.
The APW Training Academy will help you develop the fundamentals of professional wrestling. The All Pro Wrestling Training Center is now open for enrollment. Contact us today.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? Have you been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 or more a pill for Viagra, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for expensive prescriptions. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call now and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Call us anytime, day or night, and start saving big money for the exact same results. Have your credit card ready. Ordering is fast and easy, with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 160 pounds, Action Braxton.
Back in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, still just flustered here and disturbed by what we saw before the break, the absolute decimation of one of the most beloved performers on this program. Gentlemen, Jervis, we hope to get a report absolutely annihilated by Ziggy Dice, who was fit to be tied here, guys. I mean,
I don't know what to say, TK. It was totally uncalled for and unprofessional.
And introducing his opponent, he is the Hollywood Heritage Champion. This is Watts.
Well, we're going to call the action at hand here, gentlemen. Try and remain professional, unlike Ziggy Dice earlier. Here's the Hollywood Heritage Champion, Watts. In there with competitor making his debut in Action Braxton. Braxton coming out here with that take marker. I'll tell you what, when you're in there, Jeff, with a Heritage Champion, this action film, it might turn into a short film real quick.
Well, I'll tell you what, Action Braxton looked very confident coming out here, but I don't know about right now. Not looking so confident.
Absolutely. Watts, in my opinion, is the most feared man here at the United Wrestling Network.
As a heavyweight competitor yourself, Blake Troop, in the MMA cage, your thoughts on our resident super heavyweight, the Heritage Champion?
He's a bad dude, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, talk about a bad dude. He's a bad dude who's been angered by Ray Rosas and Static, obviously, with that horrible attack.
Oh, no question. It was a sickening attack. Strength in numbers for Static. And you better be careful here, Action Braxton. I don't think there'll be time for reshoots if you make the wrong moves here.
The action doesn't start till I say, and action!
Oh, man. Careful what you wish for, guys.
Might be a short film, just like you said.
Uh-oh. Oh, I think this film has been canceled. Going to go straight to DVD. And the Heritage Champion now, and he's calling for the music. It's been quite a while, guys, since we've seen this. The Heritage Champion, full of confidence, calling his shot. There it is, choke force. Emphatic and all over.
That's all she wrote.
Here is your winner, Watts.
When you talk about a dominant champion, TK, you talk about our champion, you talk about Watts.
All right, cut everyone, that's a wrap. Watts gets it done in dominant fashion yet again. It looks as if the champ has got something on his mind.
Get out of my ring. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys are aware of this, but there is a NWA legend in this building right now. This man is a former NWA Tag Team Champion. He ran roughshod over this place almost 10 years ago. And I'd like to call him to the ring right now. So, Mr. Rashi Brown, I see you right there, please.
Wow, Rashi Brown in the house.
Please, Rashi Brown, join me in this ring right now. Come on. Let's hear it for Rashi Brown, y'all. Let's go now.
Now, believe it or not, one half of the longest reigning NWA Tag Team Champions in history. Rashi Brown, as Watts mentioned, laid a wake of destruction, was probably very influential.
Absolutely, that's another big boy right there. My man. My man. My dude. Let me see, bro. You paved the way for a lot of us here, and I thought it'd only be right to give you the chance to speak your mind, bro. So here you go. Wow.
First of all, it feels great to be back in championship wrestling from Hollywood. And second, when I left, this man was coming in. And that's been like 10 or 12 years of dominance. This is this man's company. Now, you heard through the grapevine that I'm making what some would call a comeback. And there's no better place to do that here.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Now, looking at me, you see I'm old, broken down, beaten up. I'm not here to not be the champion one day, but I know I'm pretty far from that point right now, so you're no threat. But I am here for that thing one day, but right now, I am here to celebrate you as the champion and the flagship of this company. This is your champ.
Well, Brother Rashi, when that day comes, I'll still be champ, so I'll look forward to it.
Dominance of the past meets dominance of the present, but what does the future hold on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?
These are two big boys. I would love to see them get in there and tie up.
What a great moment, TK, Rashi Brown, Watts in the ring.
Here we go.
Total
there we go,
mutual
baby. Let's
respect.
go. That's right.
Speaking of championships, still to come, the United Television title on the line, and so much more. Don't go anywhere.
All right, folks, we are moments away from a huge TV title matchup. Levi Shapiro challenges Dan Joseph for the United Network Television Championship, joined by Levi and Howdy Price. And Levi, I noticed there's no glove on your hand. There was a lot of controversy in your number one contenders matchup. Howdy, where is Levi's glove?
Well, you see a glove here? You know what? Howdy Price does not like wear and tear. Howdy Price likes to keep things fresh. Howdy Price likes things shiny. Howdy Price likes things smelling. Like money. And that's why, Levi, you are a winning horse. And I'm willing to bet it all on you. And that's why you are my best investment. And when you got a best investment, you invest even further. You see right here, I got you a new glove in preparation for tonight. Because, you see, with that bit of leather, we're going to get us a nice matching belt to go with it.
We are the Dreamers.
We come in a variety of colors
and styles,
a variety of sizes.
We come in different patterns
and different materials.
We are the Dreamers.
Achieving your dream can take work.
I just wanted to do a career.
But don't give up.
change in my life.
Don't ever give up.
Ignore the haters.
They didn't believe that I can do it, and I just proved them that I can.
Independence University.
IU is an online college.
Education online for a better life offline.
So your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
At IU, you receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
You're going to keep that laptop and tablet when you graduate.
And IU's career services work really hard to help you get a job.
You've got to have dreams.
Independence University.
Education online for a better life offline.
Call 1-800-893-1653. That's 1-800-893-1653.
We're living in exciting times in the world of professional wrestling. There are tons of opportunities to live your dreams as a professional wrestler, from the worldwide leaders to independent companies like APW. If you feel you have what it takes, the time to make a move is now. The APW Training Academy will help you develop the fundamentals of professional wrestling. The All Pro Wrestling Training Center is now open for enrollment. Contact us today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned. I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress topper, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, only $29.99 with your promo code. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to the program. We are mere moments away from a television championship matchup, joined at this time by United Television champion Dan Joseph. Dan, you put that title on the line in mere moments against Levi Shapiro. Do you have a strategy against that glove, against the gloved hand, the claw of Levi Shapiro?
Yeah, the claw. I got a strategy. Listen, I've been training with a C-clamp on my head all week, just tightening those screws, tighten them every day, getting ready for Levi to just put his hand there. But his hands, they're not the only ones that I'm going to be watching out for. Because the last time, Howdy, you got those little sausage fingers through the ropes, grabbed my foot, you almost cost me the match. Not happening this time. You're going to have a broken hoof if you try it again. Levi, I'm coming for you right now, buddy.
That match is coming up right now. Good luck, Dan. Let's go to Todd.
Howdy! Well, if you got no money, don't say howdy. If you got no honeys, don't say howdy. And if you're a big dummy, don't say howdy. But if you want a great howdy, come say howdy. Oh, get all the shots. Get the befores. Get the befores when with the story being told. The great Levi Shapiro and Hattie Price is marching into the theater of conflict. And then get the shots, get the close-ups, get the lights ready for when we walk away with that beautiful television championship. Howdy!
Howdy Price setting the stage for his man, Levi Shapiro. Another shot at the United Television title. High stakes matchup coming your way on Championship Wrestling. There you see the champion, a People's Champion, and the United Television Champion, Dan Joseph, my former broadcast colleague. A couple big title defenses, including a previous one against his very opponent, Levi Shapiro.
That's right, but he's got a tough task. Levi's been in the ring with him once. Obviously, he won that match by DQ, TK, and now he gets that shot again. He's focused, but you got to wonder, is Buddy Royal in the back of his mind.
Dan Joseph,
thinking about Royal.
yeah, no doubt about it. And Dan Joseph, a lot of momentum, a lot of questions that will be answered in this matchup. Here to set the stage, Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United Television Championship. Introducing first the challenger, being come to the ring by Howdy Price. From Richmond, California, weighing in at 212 pounds, Timeless Levi Shapiro. And introducing the champion from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 204 pounds, here's the United Television Champion, Dan Joseph.
Stage is set, big fight, Feel United Television Championship on the line, but a question has to be answered as well, guys, and asked for Dan Joseph. A lot of momentum. Successful title defense over Ice Williams, very impressive. Victory along with Watts over Static, but then along with Watts paid the price. Vicious attack by Static on Dan Joseph. Do you think he's 100% coming into this title matchup?
You know, that beatdown that he got from Static definitely put some miles on his body leading up to this fight. Something that I'm wondering is, what has Dan done differently in his training since this last matchup? Because he was losing that last matchup against Levi Shapiro. So I'd like to see him do something different this time if he wants to take home the W.
And of course, we've seen how devastating that claw hold can be. It's one move. That claw hold goes on Dan Joseph, it's over. We have a new champ, Todd.
No doubt about it. And we heard earlier, we saw in the back, gifted a brand new glove for this championship matchup was Levi Shapiro by Howdy Price. So he's sporting some new hardware, but will he sport the United Television Championship after this high-stakes matchup? Champion one step ahead of the challenger there.
Ooh. One thing you gotta wonder about the new glove is what kind of mojo does it have? That last glove got him all the way to this championship match. This new glove, who knows what it's gonna get him?
Dan Joseph, oh, quick roll up. Mat wrestling by Dan Joseph. Another close fall there, Troop.
Absolutely. You can tell Dan Joseph has been working on his collegiate-style wrestling for this matchup.
Does have a extensive amateur background. Does the champion Dan Joseph. Hammerlock there. Neither one of these guys makes a lot of mistakes. They're going to probably keep it pretty rudimentary early on. Really wrenching on that hammerlock is Shapiro. Looking for the headlock to counter the champion. Headlock takeover, beautifully done. Great grappling, as you mentioned, into the head scissors.
Yeah, good reversal there by Shapiro, taking control. You see Dan Joseph trying to get momentum, trying to get some leverage.
Dan did an awesome job of getting back on top there. Wrestling, you always want to be the top position above your opponent. Then he's moving your weight. You don't have to move him off of you.
I like it. Excellent point. And out of the scramble, the champion coming up with that side headlock. And now going to the rear waistlock, which has been a weapon. Look at grabbing the official. That low blow not detected.
That's one of the problems with the belly to back like that. If the official can't see the low blow.
Can't call what you can't see, and a huge advantage in the early going in this matchup. You can question the tactics, but certainly finding a way to open that door offensively.
That's right, Levi Shapiro very aggressive early on. Look at their Howdy Price on the outside. Interfering, choking Dan Joseph.
Grabbing at those eyes like he's grabbing for biscuits. Are you kidding me? And now the drop toe hold, and the champion unable to defend himself, probably can't even see at this point.
That was a brutal stomp there. A stomp like that's not allowed in mixed martial arts for a reason, because it's such a damaging strike.
Oh. And now into the elbow, and here's where Levi Shapiro is so dangerous. He can change the pace. He can slow and absolutely grind his way to victory and try and take the crowd out of this thing as well.
This is a mean choke. He's under the chin. He is absolutely restricting Dan Joseph's breathing right now.
Levi Shapiro again taking control of the contest. Like you said, TK, both guys who are going to be careful, not trying to make too many mistakes here in the type of offense they present.
Champ gets back to a vertical base. It will take a little bit of effectiveness out of that choke if he can get some air. Beautiful takedown though, and now cinching it in, and can really work this neck crank into a pin perhaps. That's what he's going for, the bridge attempt by the champion. getting that right shoulder out of there.
Dan doing a good job fighting back to his feet.
We got to go to a break. This championship match continues after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable.
Call or go online to order your very own Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dreams feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long. My Pillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, Mike will send you a second set of Giza Dream Sheets absolutely free. That's 2 sets of sheets for the price of 1. Just in time for colder weather, you can get Mike's new flannel sheets, plus get a second set absolutely free. Order now.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? Have you been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 or more a pill for Viagra, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for expensive prescriptions. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call now and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Call us anytime, day or night, and start saving big money for the exact same results. Have your credit card ready. Ordering is fast and easy, with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Pulaski Kirker sponsors this paid advertisement for legal services and is responsible for legal services. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medicines for several months? You may be entitled to compensation.
Call 800-234-2169.
The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing the heartburn drug ranitidine may be contaminated with a cancer-causing agent. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medicines for several months,
call 800-234-2169.
Welcome back. Television title on the line throughout the break. Keeping the advantage has been the challenger, Levi Shapiro. The champ tries to get something going, but runs right into that drop kick cover. History to be made, only a count of 2.
Well, again, TK, this is Shapiro's second shot at the title. He knows Dan Joseph. He's been in the ring once. He's now studied him for this rematch. A lot of advantages that he has, versus the typical challenger.
And to your point, Levi Shapiro is a thinking man's wrestler, always thinking in there, will always find a way to get that advantage. And right now, you mentioned last time out, the champion was fighting from underneath as well, Blake, and that's the case here as Dan Joseph in big-time trouble and his title in jeopardy. Power slam into the cover, no wasted motion, only a count of 2. Tough uphill battle for the champion here.
Absolutely. Levi's definitely been getting the advantage by landing a bunch of strikes. Dan Joseph came out doing some good amateur wrestling, but after that low blow, he's just been fighting up from the bottom.
What a shot.
Big wide open right hand with that glove, and who knows? I got to question if that glove was checked over by the official before.
I don't think the referee checked the glove, TK. Now Dan Joseph getting back to a vertical base, but again, Levi Shapiro, look at this now. Both men just exchanging strikes in the center of the ring.
Man, am I the only one that thinks it's a little questionable that that glove comes into play right before this big title matchup out of nowhere? Big shot though again, and down goes the champion who cannot get anything going, can't get out of the blocks offensively. Big headbutt, no rest for the wicked here into the cover, and coming closer and closer to taking home the gold is Shapiro.
That headbutt was brutal. That's another attack that's not allowed in mixed martial arts competition.
I'll tell you what, Troop, I'll tell you what, TK, Shapiro has really been impressive in this matchup.
And look at this, are you kidding me? Insult to injury. What's this, Texas two-step out there? Howdy Price. Or is it more like the March of the Penguins?
Well, listen, Dan Joseph got to a vertical base. You saw how quickly Howdy Price scurried away.
Yeah. Back in, though. And quite frankly, this is where Shapiro wants Dan Joseph. He can't win the title on the outside. What a slugfest here, given as good as they get.
Absolutely. I love watching two guys go toe-to-toe.
Oh, the claw!
He's got it. He's got it. Just like that, lightning fast, TK.
And really wrenching in. There you see it, using that added leverage, bracing the wrist.
Could we be? No, Dan Joseph just escaped in the nick of time.
Oh, look at the distance here. Dan Joseph closes the gap.
Explodes off the turnbuckle with a giant clothesline.
Both guys are down. Who wants it more? Who's getting up first?
We know how bad, we know the heart that Dan Joseph possesses, the heart of the champion. We know how bad he wants it.
Wait a minute. He's doing something with that glove. I think he's loading that glove or something. And now the official, I don't think detected it. What did he do? But nullified there. Fumble on the play as the champion was able to block, but Shapiro was up to no good somehow.
I think you're right, TK. Yeah, he was stuffing something in that glove. Dan Joseph better watch out.
Backbreaker. Dan Joseph, though, the champion, is rolling here. Hold on. Yeah,
we got Buddy Royal on the outside now, and I don't think Dan Joseph knows what's in that glove, TK.
Into the cover.
Putting some...
Ooh, only a 2 count.
Putting some type of object inside your glove is such an advantage. It can do so much damage to your opponent when you strike.
Not to mention it's blatantly illegal.
He's got that claw again against something is in that glove. We don't know what it is.
It could be anything. It could be weighted. It could be, who knows, some sort of chemical. We don't know what tricks this guy has up his sleeve. Buddy Royal, though's got his attention right now. Dan Joseph with the roll-up. Dan Joseph with the roll-up. The champ does it.
Here is your winner, and still United Television Champion, Dan Joseph.
Dan Joseph, still your TV champion. Got to give the assist to Buddy Royal coming on the outside to stop whatever chicanery Levi Shapiro had in mind.
Whole lot of moving parts in that one. And I'll tell you, that United Championship fits Dan Joseph.
Cut the music. I'm sorry, Dan. Congratulations, but cut the music. Shapiro, if you think you're going to get up on people using a loaded glove, you got another thing coming. The first time that may have worked, that's shame on me. The second time, it's going to be shame on you. This is how it's going to work from here on out. Anytime you want to try to cut and cheat, I'm going to be at the other end, cutting you off. Best friends make better enemies, Levi. It's war.
I love it. You want to try and get a shortcut? You're going to have to deal with Big Brother. We'll be back after this.
All right, folks, we are moments away from tag team action. Static are going to be in the ring. Of course, the United Tag Team Champions, Andy Brown and Adrian Quest, and the PP3 Cup bearer, Arizona State Champion, Ray Rosas. Ray.
Well, I know what you're going to ask me. You're going to be like, Ray Rosas, why didn't you cash in on Watts and Dan Joseph when you had the chance? Oh,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to, not even going to. I have Percy's privilege, which means that I could take the championship at any time that I want. And Eric Watts, I want you to know, as of right now, I own you. At any point in time, I could cash in. I want to savor this. I want to taste it. You are being hunted by me. For the first time, you are at my mercy. And when it gets down to me and you, there will be a new champion. But then again, who cares? Who cares, right? Because we have a match, right? With the Anthony Idol and the Wolves Addies. Who cares?
Well, that match is coming up next. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Attention. If you've had a hernia surgery after 2006 and suffered from serious side effects such as infection, chronic pain, organ damage, mesh shrinkage, or mesh migration, you could be eligible for financial compensation. Call the law offices of Wright & Schulte right now at the number on your screen, or visit meshjustice.com now. Ethicon, a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson, has withdrawn its Physio Mesh flexible composite mesh from the market. Again, if you've had complications from your hernia surgery after 2006, you could be eligible for financial compensation. We can find out what type of devices were used in your surgery. Call the law offices of Wright & Schulte immediately at the number on your screen or visit meshjustice.com now. You deserve justice, and the call is free. And there is no fee unless we win your case. Call now for your free case evaluation. Again, call the law offices of Wright & Schulte immediately at the number on your screen or visit meshjustice.com now.
We are the Dreamers. We come in a variety of colors
and styles,
a variety of sizes.
We come in different patterns
and different materials.
We are the Dreamers.
Achieving your dream can take work.
I just wanted to do a career.
But don't give up.
Changing my life.
Don't ever give up.
Ignore the haters.
They didn't believe that I can do it, and I just proved them that I can.
Independence University.
IU is an online college.
Education online for a better life offline.
So your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
At IU, you receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
You're going to keep that laptop and tablet when you graduate.
And IU's career services work really hard to help you get a job.
You've got to have dreams.
Independence University.
Education online for a better life offline.
Call 1-800-893-1653. That's 1-800-893-1653.
We're living in exciting times in the world of professional wrestling. There are tons of opportunities to live your dreams as a professional wrestler, from the worldwide leaders to independent companies like APW. If you feel you have what it takes, the time to make a move is now. The APW Training Academy will help you develop the fundamentals of professional wrestling. The All Pro Wrestling Training Center is now open for enrollment. Contact us today.
All right, folks, we are moments away from our huge six-man tag main event. I'm joined at this time by the Wolf Zaddies and Anthony Idol. Gentlemen, you all had fantastic performances at the PP3 Cup Blockbuster event. How's that going to translate into today's main event? Che, you first.
The PP3 Blockbuster event, we handled business and we got rid of some vermin. Now we got our eyes on some titles.
Quest Brown, you got a pair of hungry wolves coming right at you. And you looking like a snack.
Anthony, any thoughts?
Yeah, I got some thoughts. Mr. Cynical, Ray Rosas, you swear up and down that you don't care, but you cared enough to cheat your way to the PP3 Cup. You cared enough to bring all your little cronies down to the ring. Well, Rosas, you're going to start caring when I wrap my hands around your scrawny neck. You're going to care when I start chucking your cronies around on top of you. And Ray Rosas, you're going to start caring when I start slapping the ever-loving life out of your face, sucker. Oh, I can't wait. This time, it's about revenge, dude.
Gentlemen, any other thoughts? Ow! That match is coming up right now. Todd, back to you.
The following contest is a six-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 276 pounds, the Neon Phenomenon, Anthony Idol.
Main event time here on Championship Wrestling. Todd Kennelly, Jeff Resnick, Blake Bulletproof Troop here to call the action. Many consider this man to be the uncrowned PP3 Cup bearer.
Well, we saw how Ray Rosas absolutely stole the PP3 Cup Finals from that man, Anthony Idol. It was criminal. Criminal.
And introducing his tag team partners from Meat Mountain at a combined weight of 482 pounds, Jake Cabrera and Bad Dude Tito, the Wolf Zaddies.
Wolf Zaddies have been absolutely unstoppable since erupting back on the scene.
Of course, responsible for the exit of Vermin from this program, TK.
Thank you, Wolf Zaddies. Exterminators extraordinaire.
And introducing their opponents, the team of the United World Tag Team Champions, Adrian Quest and Andy Brown, and the Arizona State Champion and holder of the PP3 Cup, Ray Rosas, Static.
Well, there's two kinds of power. There's literal physical power, which certainly the Wolf Zaddies and Anthony Idol have, and then there's power and influence. And take a look at this. Ray Rosas, the PP3 Cup bearer. He can cash that in for United Wrestling Network title shot of his choosing. He's already the Arizona State champion. He's flanked by the United Tag Team champions. They've got incredible power.
You know, they just seem to have a total disregard for authority, TK. I mean, they just don't care.
Well, we saw what they did to the reigning champions here in the house of Dan Joseph recently and Watts, leaving them laying after a big tag team match. What a big six-man tag team war here. So the power and influence is Static against the raw physical power of the Wolf Zaddies and Anthony Idol. Something's got to give. Your thoughts on this main event matchup, Blake?
This looks like it's going to be a rumble to me. You got three bad dudes.
Maybe not. Not so fast.
Where's Static going?
They really don't care. You said it. Uh-oh.
Well, ladies, whoa, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was...
Wolfpack's about to go get him.
Yep, in the immortal words of Roscoe P. Coltrane, hot pursuit, I love it, I love it, and look at this.
We got one, we got one, and there's another, and it's a party now, TK.
Yep, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. What a wild start to this main event. Tito all over Rosas. You got Idol pairing off with Quest.
Oh! You got to think Idol's been waiting for that one.
No doubt about it. We got to go back to what happened in the PP3, guys. Ray Rosas, in essence, forcing Idol's foot to low blow the official calling for the disqualification. We've never seen a more controversial end to the prestigious PP3 tournament.
I've never seen anything like it. He won the match by DQ, did Rosas, but again, it was absolutely ridiculous, and it's a shame that he has the PP3 Cup.
Well, there's some ridiculous power by the Neon Phenomenon, sending Adrian Quest into the ring. Now, likewise, Cabrera with Andy Brown, and not to be outdone, bad dude Tito sending in Rosas. Collecting the whole set.
Well, now Anthony Idol ready to extract revenge on Ray Rosas. Again, the mastermind of this group. Oh!
Well, Blake, to your point, Static might not have an answer for the power of this trio.
They just cannot continue to let them get separated. The way they have Anthony Idol in the ring by himself, that's how you're going to beat this crew of big boys.
Double clothesline by the Neon Phenomenon, power personified. And look at this.
Watch out. Oh!
What a shot for them. Not often do you see Idol getting taken down by a single shot, but again, I think to Blake's point, Jeff, it's the numbers game, the distraction play.
Well, right, it's Static. Oh, wait, watch out. Up he goes, down he goes. Big flapjack by the Zaddies. I'm looking for a little Satisfaction.
Oh, man, right off the bat. Are you kidding me? Look at this. They hit it. Satisfaction. The only thing he's going to be cashing in is a dental plan.
Oh, look at that. Just like that, TK. Just
Here are
like
your
that.
winners, the team of Anthony Idol and the Wolf Zaddies.
I think what happened there is I think the Zaddies and Idol just caught Static totally off guard by bringing him out from the back, and that was it.
Well, I guess there's no answer for raw physical power, Blake.
You know, they never let them get started with their games. They came out and they put the pain on them quickly and didn't stop until they got the W.
I don't think championship wrestling has ever been more dynamic or unpredictable. Next week, we'll see match 4 in that best-of-7 series.
What a week of action and what a main event on Championship Wrestling presented by West Coast Pro Wrestling. Satisfaction was guaranteed, signed, sealed, and delivered. And that is going to do it for this edition of Championship Wrestling presented by West Coast Pro Wrestling. But we will be right back here next week, same time, same place, and I cannot wait. And on behalf of Levi Shapiro, my broadcast partner, we just want to remind all of you to please stay at home, stay safe, wash those hands, be well, and thank you all so very much for watching. We will see you next week, wrestling fans.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.